Focusing on building an awesome team and keeping their product simple has allowed Denis Zaff of Rukuku to create something truly useful and effective. You'll see what I mean.
My name is Denis Zaff, and my company is Rukuku Incorporated. I'm founder and CEO. We do interactive online courses, so we produce online courses for our customers. And so when we start, there is nothing. The customer wants an online course. When we finish, they'll have a whole portfolio of online courses that they can administer at will. Okay, so I think the main hurdles that I've encountered so far were people related. It's not technology, it's people related. And so I think it's very important to actually start from the very beginning for any entrepreneur to start forming a team that will stick around for a long time and muscle through all the difficulties. And there are quite a few pitfalls, and there are bumps in the road. Some people don't like the bumps and they just sort of fly out the window at the first bump. And so those, we want the heavyweights, the ones that are sort of there, grounded, whatever the bumps or the pitfalls, they're with you in the car. Certain things, well, again, people mismanaged a few things also on the team, also people related. Technology problems are, very easy to overcome. You just think, you're creative. Now, they don't have any emotions. There's no ego, in the code. But when you deal with people, that's the most important thing. Build a team that's cohesive. And so whenever there is maybe a rotten apple, then you have to make hard decisions early. And that's tripped me up a couple of times. But we're learning our lessons and moving on. The team is really good, very energized right now. We have a really strong core team that that can be added onto, which is really what's moving me forward every day. As a founder, I always lean back on my business school, Wharton Business School. It maybe is not known as a hotbed of entrepreneurship, but if you actually look at data, which is really the Wharton way, look at data. Look at data. A lot of very hot startups, very successful startups have come out of Wharton, and some of the very red hot startups now that you hear every day are out of Wharton. And so I lean back on that, and there's a lot of resources there. The community, the business community, the investment community is really strong, and I think there's a certain school spirit that really helps. That really helps. We help each other. Always, we look out for each other, and the school is doing a lot to facilitate this communication and this help. So a lot of support from the school. Very grateful. I'm an alum. Right now, it looks like I have a huge market in front of me, and I really have to jump right in there and start winning customers. That's the abyss. I see the market, I see the customers. The next thing is, where's that ladder that really, bridges the gap between me and those customers? That's, so building that ladder is really the abyss. I think we're doing just fine. We're announcing some cooperation, a very big, actually, customer cooperation tonight in a press release, and that's a big start for us. I've been an entrepreneur since 1997. This is my fourth company. This is my lifestyle. This is the way I operate. I like the freedom. I like the challenge. But most of all, I like the fun, the thrill of it. So it gives me a lot of headaches at the same time. So there are bad things about it and there are good things about it. But the most important thing is you do something that helps somebody. You see a happy customer, you see happy employees. That's what makes me happy at the same time. So a combination of doing good and the adrenaline that comes with. So right after Wharton, after business school, I moved out to Silicon Valley to work for a tech company in finance and marketing and product management. So this was my shift to tech from general management. And but my family stayed in Canada, in Toronto, and I have a child. So I wanted to be part of her training or her education. I wanted to be part of her, every day, let's do homework type of thing. And I found that there was no tool, there was no distance learning tool that was suitable for my needs. So I hacked something up together real fast with the help of a few friends, and started using that. And then Toronto is a snowy place. It snows a lot, and my wife would cancel a tutor class, whenever it snowed because it wasn't safe to drive. And then we decided, well, why do you cancel? That really isn't really good for the kids' education. Let's maybe use that clunky system that I'm using with her. Why not? Let's give it a try. They gave it a try, and then the tutor said, well, can I also use this with my other students because they're also snowed in and they're not coming, and and so sure. So they came. And then those students said, well, we have other tutors too. Can we use that with other tutors that we don't have to leave, when it snows? And so that's how it snowballed. But now, we still provide the platform for free for tutors. I mean, go ahead and use, but we're focusing more on corporations and, as a business. So we're a business-to-business platform, and individual trainers, who want to use our platform are welcome to use it for free. It doesn't matter. Well, because we offer unparalleled functionality, first of all, and a great service. I think our passion for our product and for the industry that we're trying to improve and revolutionize is right there in the product. It's all done with love. It's done with a lot of data in there. So even down to what colors we use in the interface is all driven by data. In fact, we used the color scheme that is colorblind friendly. So most people, regardless of how they perceive colors, will perceive our interface in a very similar way. So there is no difference there. We equalize that domain. We don't go for bright colors that say, a colorblind person will not see, for example. So that's data there. The customer is really right there in the center. What's your need? What is the desire there? What functionality do we need to provide the customer, and how simple should it be? We know that in our competitive or as competitor products are not very user friendly. They're created for some machines or people who are forced to use them. We think about our user as the end user, the person who voluntarily decides to use this. And he has to be or she has to be happy. So therefore, with that in mind, we go and create a product that is very user-friendly. There's passion in it. It's simple. It's deliberately toned down to, it looks a little simplistic, a little rustic, but it's all deliberate. So that's one thing. On the other hand, we provide a good service from the very beginning to the very end, which nobody else does. It's not too like when you just say, here, Rukuku, come in, here's the goal, we'll participate, in the process as observers, we'll approve or disapprove of certain things that you do, and by the time you're done, we're completely happy and we have, a complete product in the end. What's not to like? Well, again, I've mentioned, first off, a very satisfied customer that thinks that they've got a good deal, and we created a lot of value for them. That's one thing. Another thing is just seeing the team and observing the team working on a feature set together, messages flying around, telephone calls. That energy really keeps me going. The process itself is interesting. The outcome, I know it'll be cool, but the process is even cooler. I have quite a few role models. If you look at there's a linguist, there's an American linguist, Henrik Schliemann. And he was a multilingual entrepreneur, a little ambitious, very enterprising, got in trouble several times in the U.S. and ran away to Greece. But he learned Greek to such an extent, and he understood Greek much better than even the Greeks did, so that he could actually read the Troy, Homer's Troy, and understand where the city was located. And he discovered the city, but just by reading his newly acquired, by using his newly acquired skill. So what inspires me, first off, he never really stopped. He changed directions as he liked, followed his heart, and devoted his complete attention and time to a task.